Hey friends, Kevin Goehring here, your Sacramento, Stockton area realtor and lender, here with this week's weekly real estate report. Now, before I get into the chart, I have huge news about mortgage rates coming up, so stay tuned for that. So getting over to the chart, let's take a look at what's happening this week. Well, first thing I want to talk about right here is this median sales price line. Last week, I told you we had definitely developed a trend. That trend is continuing this week with the downward slide of home prices. Fantastic news if you're a home buyer. Not so great if you're a home seller, but take a look at the bigger picture and realize just how high we are right now. Even though, yes, we've slid back down a little bit. You know, a couple weeks ago, we had median sales prices up around, we'll say 557, almost 560,000. And now we're down to 530 is the median sales price. Still very high, still a great time to sell. But if you're considering selling, I would say now you definitely want to get going on that. Don't want to wait much longer because prices are definitely on their way down. Also, a big indication of that. Well, last week I talked about how many price reductions we had. We had 600 and some price reductions. Let me see if I can find that real quick over here. Price reductions, where are we? We had 687 price reductions last week. This week, 738 price reductions out of 3,000 homes on the market right now. That's like 25% of the homes are seeing a price reduction. That's a big number, right? So speaking of homes on the market, finally, we're back up to that 3,000 mark. So good news there for, again, home buyers. We're finally starting to see some inventory coming back. But we look at our blue line, of course, you can see right there that we are in a downward market trend, or cyclical trend, I should say, where fewer and fewer sales are happening, which of course is having an effect on the median sales price. But that's to be expected this time of year. That's what happens. That is normal. Again, normal for us to see inventory climbing, normal for us to see home sales start to slow down. So that's what's going on there. So rates, let's talk about rates. Well, first thing is rates went down yet again. So last week, 2.88% with 0.7 was Freddie Mac's average. Again, not mine, Freddie Mac's. Freddie Mac is reporting this week we're at 2.78, so down 0.1 of a point. So here's the big news. That's not the big news. That's just good news for everybody. Big news is for quite some time now, Fannie and Freddie Mac have instituted a 0.5% hit to the fee on a rate for a refinance. So in other words, if you have a rate of, let's just say 3%, and you had to pay 1 point to get that, well, you should have been able to get that rate for 3% with only 0.5 point. So they added another half onto that. So you're paying more for that same rate. They've done away with it. So you can now see that, or look to see that refinance rates have come down by 0.5% in fee. So what does that mean to you? Well, I mean, one of two things. Either you're going to pay where you were paying 1 point, now you're going to pay 0.5 point for that same rate, or you could pay the same 1 point or whatever you're paying in rates and whatever you're paying in fees. You can expect to see, if you don't change the fee, the rate will go down about 0.1%. So two ways of looking at it: either A, rates have come down on refinances a whole 0.1%, or you could say rates have come down a whole 0.5% in fee. Either way you look at it, it got cheaper to refinance. So, and with rates back down all the way to 2.78 for the 30-year fixed, I mean, now it's a great time to refinance. You know, a lot of people worried they missed that refinance boom, but that's a double whammy for those wanting to refinance for a much better rate. So things are looking really good right there for you. So anyway, well, that's all the news I have for this week. Hope you have a great weekend. I will see you here next week. Take care. Bye.